Hi guys! So today we want to discuss about this topic that has been blowing up on Singapore's social media. I don't know if you guys have also seen it, but when I open my Instagram, when I open my threads, everybody's talking about Singapore canteen food.
Have you guys seen this photo?
To give you guys some context, as of January 2026, 13 schools in Singapore switched to a central kitchen model, including schools like Chong.
Because this has turned into like a central kitchen style, right? It's no longer like last time you have to queue up like hawker center like that, buy your food. And then the food that they give, a lot of people say like it's like prison style food, like NS food. And then like we were having long discussion about this also. So today we want to share with you guys what we discussed as well. If you notice, right, we're even wearing a tie.
Since we are talking about school topic, right, we decided, okay, let's put on our Harry Potter tie to, get into the mood. I think first we talk about the why first. Why is there a shift from the old hawker center style? One of the reasons cited was because nobody wanted to become a canteen vendor anymore. Because like when we were young, right, a lot of these canteen vendors were old auntie, old uncle. I think high chance a lot of them were retirees.
And I think last time the cost of living wasn't that high. So they can still make a living by being, they call it tuck shop last time, canteen vendors.
I saw this like CNA interview with actual canteen vendors. They say actually per month their profit maybe like 2K plus. And let's just assume he's being very, very humble, right? And he pushed down his profits, okay? Even if it becomes like 3K, 4K, but you have to wake up like 4 a.m. every morning and then you have to prepare the food. It's not easy because there is a cap to how much you can sell the food to students at ma. If you charge too expensive, your profit go up, yes, but then the parents will complain. And also it's not like every month they get this kind of stable income because when school holidays, they basically have to go outside and look for another work or start another business. So it's not really that easy to be a school canteen vendor. And I think maybe a lot of the younger generation also don't want to do. So last time those who can accept these jobs maybe are the retired old auntie, old uncles.
Do you still remember when we were staying at Yishun?
Yeah.
We have a primary school downstairs, directly downstairs our house. So we can hear their school anthem every day. We still joke about it.
Yeah, we say like when we old, right, maybe we retire, we'll go down and work as canteen vendor,
then sell vegetarian food.
So now that we moved to Malaysia, right, then you got one less canteen vendor to serve the students. So the thing is there's not much people who want to be canteen vendors anymore. So the alternative to that is no food left. So I think MOE also has to step in to find a solution for that because otherwise it's parents have to prepare food for the kids, which a lot of parents are busy, or they have to order Grab food, which is also very expensive, or you need the kids to walk out of the school, go kopitiam and buy food, which is also not ideal because if recess only 30 minutes, right? Also cannot. So
can skip school that. Normally they don't allow you to leave the school.
Yeah, during school
recess,
time, So the alternative to that, the solution they came up with was central kitchen. One of the benefits of having a central kitchen is that you can control the kids like oil intake, salt intake, to take better care of their nutrition in a way. I mean, it doesn't sound like the most exciting thing, but it comes out from a place of love where adults hope that kids eat more nutritious and healthy food.
Okay, so basically how it works is the parents or the children, right, have to pre-order the meal days before. When it's recess time, you go over, scan your student card, then the thing will open and you just take your food.
Yeah, like a Shopee collection point for your parcels.
The thing is, I have a lot of intrusive thought when we were discussing about this topic, which like I don't know whether to share or not. So if you want to continue to watch, right, then I'll be sharing my intrusive thought. If it's too offensive, then you'll just stop lah, okay? The thing about this is I feel like there's more cons than pro in my opinion. Okay, like as a kid now, I mean as an adult now, when we were young, right, what's your fondest memory when you were studying?
Honestly, I don't have a lot of fond memories of myself in school, but then when we were having this topic, I realized my happiest memories about school is the food. Kari kantang, fish cake that I put a lot of sambal chili.
Seaweed chicken.
Like seaweed chicken, seaweed, mee rebus. Those like Fanta orange, 30 cents. Fishball, when I'm not too hungry.
Yeah, same. When we talk about like what was our fondest memory when we were in primary school or secondary school, right? It was always the recess time. Even when we sit down, that was the only time we can talk to our friends about what playing games, what game we play during that time, Digimon, Pokemon cards.
Yeah. And
then enjoying the food as we talk. But then the thing about this is like if you take away the fun part about eating the nice food and chit chat, right? Then you give this kind of food, right? Yes, it's very healthy. I really gotta say it's very healthy. It's even healthier than the food that Rachel made for me.
Okay.
Okay.
You want me to make it healthier?
no, please. If you eat, then you give the face like, 不好吃eh. Then I don't think there's any fun in this lah. Food are meant to be enjoyed.
I think in this sense, food is not just sustenance for the kids, but it's a huge part of, let's say, emotional support. When you're stressed and you just want to eat the wanton mee soup with like a lot of chili, or you want to eat kari kantang and put a lot of sauce, and then you want to drink the sauce after you're done with the potato.
Yeah, I still remember when we were having discussion about this, right? We are from different primary school. Like I'm from Punggol Primary School, you're from...
Rosyth Primary School.
Like, when we discussed about the food that we eat last time, it's almost about the same. We still remember the soup with seaweed, and then we put a lot of chili, let's drink until we sweat.
I love my Hokkien mee, char kway teow.
Curry
50
mee,
cents, yeah.
Curry mee, wonton mee, all this. Then after you finish the meal already, you can go over to the corner shop to buy snacks. You know, the seaweed, 10-cent seaweed.
Yeah.
All these things are the most fondest memory that I have.
Because
correct?
food is not just to keep you alive, but it's a way of bonding. It's a way of, regulating emotions. Even as adults, honestly, sometimes when you're stressed, you just want to eat like not so healthy food. Imagine I'm like very stressed during school already, right? Then you still give me like
yeah, you know what's worse,
something
right?
that doesn't spark me joy lah.
Yeah, you know what's worse? Like, you're having a bad day. The result come out. Wow, the result not good. I don't know how to tell my parents. Then you take your student card, go and scan the thing open, they give you a very sad food also.
Yeah, it's not something that you will look forward to because recess is something that we really, really look forward to. Like, oh my god, half an hour more, then I can go and eat something that I like.
Okay, we are saying this from the point of view where we don't have children, okay? But if we are a student, right, this is how we feel. And the thing is, I know that the school is trying to be more efficient. They say the queue time is long. But then there's a reason why people queue up. And then when we were queuing up last time, we were still talking with friends when we queued up to buy food together, correct?
Queue up
what you
in
want to
pairs,
order?
queue in street,
Hey, what we want to order? Order this, order that. And that's the reason why, right, you see millennials, right, are so good at queuing up. Correct?
Yeah,
do you
that's
agree?
true. That's
because
true.
we learned that from our school days. We know how to queue up for food. Then after that, we see long queue. We say, what is this? Let's go and queue. So,
yeah, and also I think the interaction part is important because young kids, when we were queuing up, we have to think beforehand what we want to order. Then effectively deliver our message to the auntie or the uncle, to tell them, I want to eat this one, can you remove fried onion for me? So that kind of interaction and also counting coins.
Yeah, the most important thing is the human skill set, the human touch. When you talk to the uncle auntie that buy the food, sometimes they ask you, how are you? Then you just communicate with them, then say, can I have more sauce? And all these things is, you scan and you take the food.
Human
There's
skills,
no interaction already. And then recently I saw the article, right? They mentioned that big companies, okay, they hire people not through like where they study from already. Okay, they look at their like human skill set also. Oh, this is all in the articles. That all these things are way more important than just results.
I think otherwise kids might grow up with a bit of anxiety when it comes to ordering food because when you go out, right, in the real world there might not be vending machines that you can order food from and then you don't need to communicate with anyone.
Yeah, can you imagine like as a kid, you grow up like this, and then when you start to go to poly, right, it's a whole new different thing, right? Then you start to become scared. Do you remember the first time when you order Starbucks drinks?
Or Subway for me, I was very, very nervous.
Subway, Starbucks. Okay, yourself, not with your parents or your friends. You panic, right? Because too many choices, you don't know what to choose, right? Then that's the thing, right? Then as you go on and on, you know what you like already, you know what to order already. You just go to the shop, hey, can I get a cup of latte? Change the milk to soy milk.
Grande.
Yeah, you see, it's easy already. So this is the thing that since young you learn, then as you grow up, isn't it easier
You're less scared to speak to people.
For those that are watching, I would like to ask, like, what was your fondest memory during recess time? Going to a canteen or tuck shop? Can comment below. Actually, to be honest, if the food is not nice, you wouldn't want to finish it, correct?
Yeah.
And then you're still hungry, what will you do? You end up go and eat other, even not healthy food, correct?
Yeah.
You'll crave for those not healthy food.
I remember last time in primary school, I think beside my primary school was this kopitiam. Then my friends after school will go there and go and buy cheese fries.
Same.
Like fried and then like drizzled. Those Western store uncle, right, will sell the cheese fries, yeah. So kids will do whatever it takes to get the food that they want to eat.
Yeah, then they defeat the purpose of having this whole new system.
Yeah,
correct?
then there's going to be more food wastage.
Yeah.
Because they cannot finish the food, they don't like it, right? Of course, when we discuss anything, it's not always 100% good or 100% bad. I do see the merits of having a central kitchen for school canteens because this is one way that you can help to reduce childhood obesity so that the kid can become healthier. Maybe you have less issue of kids becoming sick at a very young age through their diet. I think it also makes it easier for the parents because can you imagine, like right now the issue is very little people want to be a canteen vendor. Then there is no food available for the kids. If parents have to own self wake up 2 hours earlier to prepare food for the kids, fresh food for the kids, then it's going to make the stress on the parents even higher. In a way, it's convenient for the parents also to have this nutritious solution. Alternatively, if no canteen vendor and parents got no time to prepare food, means got to grab food for the kids. Then grab food is very, very expensive, right? Imagine every single day your kid, you got one kid, you got to grab food. If you got 3 kids, you got 3 grab food orders. Because different recess time. So that's going to be very, very expensive. To keep prices affordable, $2-3 like that, right? I think for now, the temporary solution as central kitchen, I think it's still okay lah. It's a good way to expose kids to different type of vegetables and proteins through a younger age when you can control it because even now, a lot of adults struggle with what to eat, how to eat healthily. If we teach from young, then the kids as they grow older will have better relationship with food.
But then when the parents work, they don't know whether the kids really eat the food or not. That's why they say a lot of people throw away the food after taking like 1 to 2 mouths. I think you can do central kitchen, but the food need to be appetizing and aesthetic also. I want to say something. Okay, but what about Singapore food culture? Last time, traditional food. Since young, we eat them, correct?
Yeah.
The wonton mee, the chicken rice and everything. But then when you take away all this, it's just bento, right? You grow up, you don't know Singapore food culture is like what the traditional food is what.
So this one, right, I find very, very interesting. I saw this Malaysian nutritionist talk about this before because Malaysia also has really good local cultural food.
Nasi lemak.
Like your nasi lemak, all this, right? But she said it's not omitting everything out. It's not taking out, it's more of adding in. So for example, you can eat your nasi lemak, but remember to add a plate of vegetables at the side. You order enough protein, so you have a more balanced diet. Maybe your nasi lemak just ask for less rice. No? She said the issue is not removing or completely taking out all this traditional food that is part of our culture, but more of just adding in more healthier elements. Like after you finish your nasi lemak, remember to eat fruits.
No, then
Something
just
like
imagine the bento is nasi lemak, then with a vegetable at the side.
Yeah, or maybe fruits, if kids prefer fruits.
To be honest, when Rachel showed me the photo, right, my face is really like, why like this? And then when they say it's like NS food, but to be honest, I think the NS food, last time when I go Tekong, when I go for my army, NS food looks nicer. To be honest, it looks really nicer. They have like one whole chicken drumstick or one whole chicken wing with curry and then the rice and then vegetables. It looks way more appetizing.
So I think whoever comes up with the menu, sometimes we think that, this is very healthy.
To perfection really.
Yeah, but then we are looking from the lens of a grown adult. But you also have to realize that your target audience are kids. So what would make a kid excited about the food? Maybe it's the color, add a bit more color, add a bit more hidden vegetables inside. So we have friends who are running Japanese bento business in Singapore and they are very smart. So for example, they have like this meatball thing that stuff edamame beans inside. Yeah. So the kid doesn't even know that they are eating edamame beans, right? Or alternatively, when you make mac and cheese, instead of using just like cow milk cream, those are high in fat, right? You blend tofu, you get this really nice creamy texture. That tastes like mac and cheese, like for real, if you season it properly. That's how I cook Sean's food, because I understand why parents or adults need to control kids' food intake, because you know why? Sean's taste bud is like a kid. So there was one time I wasn't feeling well, so I didn't cook dinner. I said, you settle your own dinner, I go and sleep early. And then the next morning, I went to throw something into the trash can, right? I saw what he had for dinner. Ice cream and potato chips. So if you leave everything up to the kid, it's gonna be like this, and if it drags on, confirm got health problem one. So I have to smuggle like healthy food into his dish, so he thinks that, wow, I'm eating like mac and cheese. Wow, I'm eating like baked rice, cheese baked rice, but actually inside got a lot of good.
You cut this
part. Why? There's a lot of good stuff inside. You gotta spike the kid with good stuff.
So embarrassing, I mean, at the end of the day, just let kids be kids, let them enjoy the food, but at a very moderate level. Yeah, and I feel like at that age, right, where the kids are all growing up, their metabolism level is the highest, so they can afford to like burn all the calories away.
A bit oilier should be okay for kids.
Yeah,
because right, like I remember when we ate all the Hokkien mee and char kway teow, the next moment we go and play catching. During recess time, like 10 minutes also just run around only. Right? So we are definitely more active than those sedentary adults that are every day in front of the computer.
I still remember also, eat finish already, I go and buy the Apollo chocolate waffle. I put in my pocket and run until the chocolate melt in my pocket. I also thought about some solution. Okay, it's a bit unhinged, but I still think that it's actually doable.
Okay,
the thing is, I'm quite shocked to know that recess time is 30 minutes only. I used to think that it's 1 hour.
No, it's 30 minutes what?
Then why not just turn to 1 hour?
Then the kids have to be in school for a longer time.
No, you cut down each period to 45 minutes instead of 1 hour.
I think if the kids watch this and you tell them they're going to go home 1 hour later, that's 1 hour away from the computer games.
I'm not saying to increase your school time, okay? Each curriculum minus 5 or 10 minutes, then you can have additional 30 minutes really. Correct? Agree, right, students? Okay,
you are like the bad student that's telling them to cut the studying time.
Why are you supporting this kind?
It's not just about the waiting time of the queuing.
I know. This is just one
vendors.
solution. Vendor, yes, you talk about this. I got another solution, okay? A lot of schools are in neighborhood, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, definitely there will be hawker center nearby. The easiest way is to strike a deal with the hawker center and say that, hey, every week of the day, right, we can take this food in. Then you support the local hawkers as well. You know what I mean?
But you're gonna sell it at like $2 plus.
Can subsidize lah.
Who subsidize?
I mean the school subsidize lah. You either way are paying for the bento also.
Yeah.
For the rates, you can pay the hawker center food. That means the hawker center can afford, okay, maybe the portion is smaller and everything. You can work together. Like last time, when I go and order food for my staff during cafe, when I go and buy food, I will ask my staff, today what you all want? Okay, then they vote, finish already. Okay, I'll just buy, maybe this time I'll buy chicken rice. I told the uncle, can I have 20 packs of chicken rice? Discount rate. Uncle said, okay. Because it's bulk. So make a deal with the local hawkers. Then they don't have to set up vendor. They're already a vendor there already. They already have food there already. Although the margin is lower, but then they have bulk orders for them. It's good for them also. So number one, you solve the queue thing by increasing the time. Number two, not enough vendor. You make deals with hawkers. Government support local also. Because either way, when the parents bring the kids go out to eat, they eat at hawker also. Like to be honest, if I'm a hawker uncle like selling food, then the school contact me and say, hey, I want to order from you like 100 packets of this. I just have to wake up earlier to prepare all this food, right? Then for the day, I can settle my sales with
So what you are saying is instead of going for the catering businesses, the school should partner with hawkers.
Yeah, local hawkers.
Okay, so
like
I think
all the NEA hawkers.
I think one thing is the photos that were blasted out on social media, right, is like very bland looking food. I've actually seen on threads a few more photos of these bentos, right? Some actually look not bad, and I think it's really up to which caterer you look for. Because I saw got some like got mee soto and they got more vegetable one.
Oh wow.
Yeah, see?
That one okay.
So that one okay. So maybe choose a better vendor, or maybe like Sean said, work with the hawkers. You pre-order the food, but you pre-order the hawker food, so you support local at a subsidized rate maybe.
Then,
maybe
the traditional food can still go on, the local hawker business also can still go on.
But you gotta add more like protein and fiber for the kids. And then among all the like angry comments, I also saw people who were giving feedback, right? Giving suggestions. And I think it's, if you go through enough of these comments, you can find some like not bad suggestions. So I got somebody say, do it like IKEA-style. So like Malaysia zakfan like that, right? Like a lot of different variety, and then one vendor, bao ka liao, so one person earn all the profit margin instead of 6 vendors. So maybe the profit margin will be higher instead of you divide to 6 people. You know, 6 businesses.
And then the vendor have to cook a lot of food.
But the margin will be higher, ma. Okay lah, maybe no need so much lah, but at least a few variety for kids to choose. Because we go to a zakfan place, right? Not just got rice, sometimes got spaghetti, sometimes got like chabi hun, sometimes got like kway teow. Then you know, I get to choose what I want, ma.
Okay, I'm always thinking of the worst case scenario.
Okay.
What if the vendor is lazy? Because basically the vendor monopolizes the school students' food already. Okay, so for that day I only make rice, tofu, chicken. You want, you take, you don't buy.
Then the school got a bit more like guidelines for that one vendor to follow, lor. Like you must have at least one like curry gravy or mee soto soup. Or like wanton mee soup, so that if kids want to have rice with soup, they can have that option. Like
Fair
IKEA
enough.
like that. IKEA is fun. You just bring the tray, then you just cook what you want. Zakfan is also fun. You bring your tray, then you just take what you
Actually,
want.
to be honest, if not enough local vendor, just open up for foreigner to set up the store there. The mala xiangguo, but then not
What
mala.
if, I mean then...
Because the local don't want to open really.
Yeah, but how...
Just open
okay.
up for foreigner, no?
No, but then how will the foreigner cook local food?
You don't need to cook local food, you just cook your own cuisine there. Then you let the children enjoy them.
But you cannot let...
Then you expose to multiple culture. You see, a lot of people want to travel here and there overseas to eat the food. Why not just...
Then a lot of Singaporeans will be angry that you are giving local jobs.
Already nobody want to open already. Not enough vendor already. That's why I say open up to foreigner. You understand what I mean? Correct?
Open to foreign big chain, huh? So the like
to them
mee
lah.
xue can sell in the primary school.
Wow,
Is that what you're saying?
Nice.
Like IKEA can sell food at Rosai Primary School like that.
Yeah. You know, Pepper Lunch, Express.
Oh my god.
The thing is, local don't want to do it. Why not just open up for companies or foreigners to set up? Confirm got people want to open
Better than no food to eat lah for the kids. After all these discussions, it's very hard to say what is 100% correct because after all, it's a new system that is just implemented and it only started January 2026. So
1 week only.
yeah, so the thing just came out, there's a lot of feedback. It's good that they are getting a lot of feedback. That means people care. Because if there's no feedback, means people don't care. And that's worse because there's no room for improvement if people just give up and don't care. So we also want to ask you guys, if you are parents or if you put yourself in the shoes of a kid who is studying right now, would you rather eat safe but boring bentos or would you rather eat like unhealthy but very delicious hawker food? Yeah, let us know in the comment section below.
So that's it for today's video. Thanks for listening to us like bantering about this topic. And as usual, do remember to like and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in our next video. Bye!
I don't know what to eat，吃什么好呢？每天都在问到底选什么。I don't know what to eat，头都痛了，不管什么东西都觉得不想吃啦。
Tell me what to eat，
快点给个 answer。
Don't make me choose，我怕我选不对。
I don't know what to eat，吃什么都可以，但你问我，我又说我不知道啦。
Yeah。 Yeah, breakfast, lunch, dinner，每次问我都变 sinner。嘴上说随便，心里却 picky，讲 easy，选菜想做 tricky， 炸的不要，煎的不要，辣的吃了又会肚子痛到爆，甜的腻，咸的烦到最后变成什么都咸。You ask me what to eat， 我脑袋 blank， 然后讲什么都 OK， 最后每个都 say no dang。
I don't know what to eat， 吃什么好呢？每天都在问到底选什么。I don't know what to eat， 头都痛了，不管什么东西都觉得不想吃了。
Tell me what to eat，
快点给个 answer。Don't
make me choose， 我怕我选不对。
I don't know what to eat， 吃什么都可以，但你问我，我又说我不知道啦。
Yeah， 火锅太热，烧烤太油，面包太干，炒面又怕太咸 ，drink 不要甜，饭又怕黏，汉堡肥到汗，沙拉吃了不饱烂。Everyday same question repeat， 到底 why 出现伏笔，人生还能比？最后我们随便选一件，回家路上却讲下次不要吃这件。
I don't know what to eat， 吃什么好呢？
每天都在问到底选什么。
I don't know what to eat， 真的累了，
点什么都觉得今天的我不
想吃了。Tell me what to eat， 谁来救我啊？
选错了我心情会 drop 掉。
I don't know what to eat， 吃什么都可以，但你问我，我永远都说不知道啦。
Yeah。